It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the New Orleans Saints. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. On the return, it's McBride. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Gets through and now an opening. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 38 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll try the right side with Eckler. Fighting him off. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want...
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points. I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now a throw here, hauled in. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this has started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 15. And the Saints first down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Jonathan Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 2nd down, it's Barber. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. That's complete to Troutman right side. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Troutman. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game. Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this one is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a third and long. Now back to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll throw now on the final play. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Again, it's Kamara. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he is going to have a Saints first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll set up to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Randy Gregory. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish, but you know, defense already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Gets past one man, eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And this one is no good. He missed it.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
5 yards remain on second down. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
That's the end of the third quarter of play, with the Washington 7, Saints nothing.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll set up a throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Washington on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They run it again with Kamara. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
under pressure, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you have...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Saints on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be third and forever. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Forced out to his left. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that zeal. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be out, down inside the 20 at the 15.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackle made by Chase Young. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Troutman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, it's McBride. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Four yards remain for 2nd down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
13 yards on the play. That's good for Washington. First down.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's going to get this inside the 30. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Eckler. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a toss, running left, Eckler. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Well, Charles, the old saying.